Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the best time you're going to have all week. I promise. And I would not lie to you. Well, as you can see from the countdown there, to celebrate the anniversary of my Tequesta Indian Bones documentary that I made last year, I am premiering a re release version of that tomorrow night at 7 p.m. It's called The Mystery of the Missing Remains, as you saw. And that was a trailer that I put together for the documentary. It's about the secret native burial ground in the Everglades, which has been turned into one of my favorite parks to visit. And the story of finding by accident, the Tequesta native bones and losing them, and then attempting to relocate them again. It's a much more tightly edited, concise, hopefully more enjoyable version of the documentary that's going to be airing tomorrow night. It's only 6 or 7 minutes long. It's a mini featurette then. And it features a lot of historical records. It's based on interviews that I conducted with some of the local municipal leaders and some active archaeologists in the area. A lot of people never saw it because I put out that documentary when I first pivoted the channel from motorcycles to whatever it was going to become, and I didn't even know at the time. Last April, I really didn't know what the channel would become. Some days I think I still don't know what the channel's going to become. But a lot of people didn't see the documentary and haven't ever come across it. So I'm going to re-release a better, more tightly edited version of that tomorrow night. I hope you'll tune in. I'm doing it as a premiere, which on YouTube basically treats your video, a pre-recorded video, as a live stream. So there'll be a countdown and there'll be a little private room for everybody to have a chat in during the watching of it. And I'll be watching it with you and I'll be commenting along the way. And then after that, it turns into a regular video like any other video so people can watch it later. So I hope most of you are able to tune in tomorrow night for the premiere, 7 p.m. Eastern, or try to catch it on replay afterwards. So I hope to see you all there. Let's take a look and see who is in the chat. I see Granny had to drop in for a sec, but had to run because she got the grandbaby. And my dad was asking me about To a Mouse, which is on the things to talk about. So, you guys, unfortunately, for some reason, I've not been able to get my dad to see the posts, YouTube posts, which we all do on all of our channels. We all put out these posts, which are kind of like text posts and informational posts and promotional posts. And here's a link. Like tonight, Lori and Daniel are on a live stream together. So I posted a post telling my subscribers, go look at Daniel and Lori, right? For some reason, I can't get my dad to see those posts, no matter what I try. So he missed my To a Mouse poem that I posted on Burns Night a couple nights back. And he doesn't know that I posted that. So that's why he asked, I notice you have To a Mouse on your schedule tonight. Is that a reference to Burns? So since he cannot see the posts, he doesn't know that I did that. So yeah, so Geraldine is in the house, at least temporarily, dropping by, riding in a bus across busy Peru, Lima. And Mike is here. Mike, I think this is the 4th live stream I've seen you on in the past couple days, right? Famous Mike. I think we're going to start calling you Famous Mike now that you're Famous Mike. And everybody's sweetheart, Simply Debbie Sue. I am so glad to see you. I just saw you in Daniels just a little bit ago. And Dad's saying hi to everybody there. And everybody's saying hi to Dad, and everybody's saying hi to Debbie Sue. Sally liked the trailer. How you doing, Miss Sally? Everybody, if you don't know Sally D's Reality, I highly recommend her morning live stream at 7 a.m. Eastern. Her Bible study slash motivational slash what would you call it, Sally? It's like a Bible study, really. It's like a Bible study and home group all in one. And it's just the best hour you'll spend all morning hanging out with Sally and Big D and everybody. All the cool kids hang out in Sally's Reality. And she reads some Bible verses and cheers us up and bucks them up. And Sally, you get us off to the really good start for the day. And Heidi's here. I didn't know you were here, Heidi. Look at you hiding. It's hiding Heidi from Phoenix. It's good to see you in there. How's it going? And Dan was on her big screen above the fireplace, right? Lori's here. Lori, you did a great job. I just saw you and Dan. I'm going to talk about that in a minute on your dual live stream there. Hey, I got friends in Mesa. Everybody knows somebody in Arizona, don't they? Seems like everybody knows at least one person in New Mexico or Arizona. That's the way it goes. Yeah, so you were watching them on the big screen there. That's awesome. Yes, it was so much fun, Sally. Everybody's saying hi. Let's get caught up. Let me just run through these real quick. I just want to get caught up live and we can talk about some cool stuff. Well, hey, John, I'm so glad you made it. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks or so, buddy. John, I don't know if you saw it, but they sent out a notification. We're going to do a ribbon cutting on the new building at the office down here in April. If you get a chance to take a trip down to South Florida in April, I'd love to see you, hang out with you. Maybe we get lunch or something. And if you can visit the ribbon cutting at the new building, that would be pretty cool. Hi, Miss Lori. Hi, Debbie Sue. Hello, Sally D. Hello, Lori. Hi, Lori. Everybody saying hi. Hi, Mike, Daniel, Sally, Allie, Debbie, Sue, Heidi, Geraldine, Sunny, and Granny. I think you covered all the bases. Pearlman is in the house. Pearlman, you told me already, I think, that you got the magnets and stickers, I hope, right? And Mike, your magnets and stickers went out in the mail, I think, Monday. So they should be winging their way to the Great White North very, very soon. Oh, you've been watching Geraldine's channel. That's awesome. Yeah, her free, what is it called? Free academic English channel for for medical professionals and such that you need to use English in an academic background. Sally calls shenanigans, everybody. And Dan is here, also in the Great White North of Canada. How you doing, sir? Take off, hoser. Howdy, Debbie Sue, Sally, Laura, Pearl, etc. Everybody's saying hi. Glenn! Everybody say hi to Pearlman by saying, hi, Glenn. And Tyler, you are late, so you missed the trailer, but I might talk about it again in a little while. But that is totally fine. Everybody, I'm getting caught up. I can see the end. I can see the end. I'm almost there. Hello, made it for a bit. No, I haven't got mail in days. Yeah, that makes sense with the cold and everything. Nobody's getting mail right now. So the magnets and stickers are winging their way to Pearlman and Mike's Adventure Sparks. If any of you would like some of my fancy stickers or magnets or both, well, it's going to be both either way, no matter what you say. There is a link in the description of all my videos, and you just fill out a quick little Google form that tells me where to send it, and I would be happy to mail you on my dime some magnets and stickers for being such great supporters. So, let's see. I really enjoyed Daniel and Lori together tonight, your live stream where you do the Let's Go Live Together thing on YouTube. I guess you guys used a phone to go live, and they've built in a side-by-side chat. You guys were great together. Daniel, I just want to say I can totally appreciate your awkwardness on the Super Chat gifts, right? Because, you know, we kind of feel like we're not worthy, right? And we have to learn to accept people's generosity. It's something I got to work on. I struggle to let people have the opportunity to bless me. I have to get better at that. And, people who want to give are doing it out of their own heart and they're not deluded. So I need to work on that. We can all work on allowing people to compliment us, get better at taking compliments, allowing people to gift us and otherwise bless us. So let me know in the chat, do you guys struggle with accepting compliments? Is it difficult for you to take a compliment? I struggled with that at a conference we had over the weekend. I was playing some music here, and afterwards somebody was raving about how great the music was and how great my singing was and all this stuff, and I just kind of looked at them like, I wanted to say, did you get your ears checked lately? Because the natural inclination is to deflect compliments. I told you I got to work on it. I need to get better. And I'm working on it. We got to allow people to bless us. Let me see here. Okay, let me see here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sign, compass, using my custom emojis. Hi, outdoor Tennessean. Hello, made it for a bed. Granny made it back with the grandbaby on her lap, I bet. That's cool. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Sally. Yeah, it is such a great service to others. I agree, 100%. Hello, Glenn. Hello, everybody. Hi, Debbie Sue. Hello. The chat was great. The chat is great. Being a gracious receiver of gifts can be very difficult, but you must do it as it is joyful to the person giving. Granny, see, that's why we keep you around, Granny. We keep you around for that homespun, folksy wisdom that we can't get anywhere else. I love compliments, but I do turn red from them. Exactly. That's right. Everyone loves to be complimented. When I get complimented, I say thank you and make it known that I acknowledge it. Well, that's easy for you to say, Dan. Easier said than done for some of us, but that is the right reaction. That is the right reaction. But it is difficult. It is difficult to do it. I heard once to pretend like they're handing you a gift. Would you hand it back to them or say thank you? Well, yeah, Heidi, exactly. That's exactly the right. That's the right response. If we can reframe it in our mind, then when they're complimenting us, they are giving us a gift, and then we would say thank you. Exactly. So if somebody compliments you or super chats you or gives you a hey, you're doing a great job, instead of deflecting and say, oh, no, let's get in the habit of trying practicing Heidi's reframe here and say thank you and treat it in our minds as if they just gave us a gift. We wouldn't hand back the gift, so you are exactly right. Brian and Tiffany are in the house. Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing? I really got a great kick out of your live stream. When do you guys live stream? I need to know what day it is because seems like I come across you just randomly, and I need to know if you're on. You're not on a schedule, right? That's right. I think was it you guys that said you don't have a given day, or maybe I'm thinking of the Whitlocks. One of y'all said you don't have a day. I forget. Anyway, I don't know. Heidi, very well said. Absolutely correct. Quickly, special thanks to Rob the Maritimer for a shout out in his live stream. Early on in his live stream, his two-part live stream, because he got interrupted and kicked off the internet and rejoined. But he did mention me when I said in his live stream, I mentioned that we had hit our 6-month anniversary of weekly Wednesday night live streams without interruption, and he congratulated me and he congratulated all of us. And talked for a little bit about the great communities that are springing up in all of these different live streams. And Sally calls it the core tribe. So this is a core tribe. Those of us who see each other in multiple live streams across the tribe here. Some cool stats for you. In the past 6 months, we have done 28 live stream sessions without missing a Wednesday night. There's been 453 collective unique viewers during that time and has accomplished 141 watch hours over that 6 months. So my question for you is, do you go on live streams? Now, some of you I know you do because I see you, but do you go on live streams? But more importantly, what impact has live streaming had on your channel? Don't forget that Lori maintains a list of our core tribe live streamers and their schedule. I can put this in the chat for you guys. Maybe if you want to look at it later, I will drop a link to her post. These are all her posts. And you can go there sometime later and look at it and see when all of the live streams are. The only thing, Lori, is I'm not sure it's correct about Catherine Price, who recently rebranded from... what was it, of Home and Heart, and now she's Catherine Price. And I don't think the live stream date on there is totally right, unless you recently edited it. Maybe you did, but I went looking for her at the date that the schedule said, and she wasn't there. In fact, I think she had gone live the day before. But Catherine being in New Zealand is pretty tough. But listen, if you go live on a regular basis and you think it's had a positive impact, do me a favor and drop a comment in the chat encouraging other people to go live. Because I personally believe, and I know I've heard some of you others say this too, going on these live streams, I get so much fulfillment out of this because of you guys in the chat and this two-way conversation. It's really more like a three-way conversation because I'm talking to you, you're talking to me in the chat, but you're also talking to each other in the chat. It's really the best thing ever. So when I say in my videos that I hope people will join us and I say it's the best time you'll have all week, I'm not blowing smoke, you guys. It's truth. It's truth. All right, let me caught up again here. Let's see who we're talking to here. Don't want to miss anybody's comments. Dang, you're doing a fine job keeping up with the comments. Speaking of that, okay, so Brian and Tiffany go live on Sundays. Okay, Sundays. Now Lori goes live at 7 o'clock on Sunday night, and so I would like to know, Brian or Tiffany, whichever one of y'all are typing, let us know what time on Sunday, or is it always different? Yep, I'm trying to keep caught up there, Sally. I'm working on it. Lori enjoyed your joint live tonight. Yep, we all did. It was awesome. Have fun in nature is Sunday at 4. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I will keep that Eastern time. That's cool. And you guys are out in Montana. Hey, Brian. Okay, now we got Brian and Tiffany both in here, right? That's awesome. And Brian uses his personal YouTube account once in a while to chime in and say hi. I kind of believe in my mind whenever have fun in nature is typing, it's almost always Tiffany. And then Brian types on this account. But I'm sure Brian does some of the comments and some of the responses to comments on videos and stuff too. But in my mind, I'm picturing Tiffany replying, you know. So, yeah, so that's when it is. Got it. 4 o'clock. And if it's not on your schedule, Lori, I'm sure it is. I'm probably just too dumb to look at it. We're having fun, guys. Yeah, you're having fun in nature. Duh. Thank you, Granny. And yes, I would love an in-person meetup. Well, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? We get a whole bunch of us together, go to a restaurant, and run the waitress ragged. We'll have to rewatch your live, Lori. Yeah, this one, now, Lori and Daniel's was on Daniel's channel. I don't know if you guys are doing it as a collaboration, which makes it show up on both places. But everybody needs to go watch it wherever it was. If you're a true member of the core tribe, you'll go watch it. I got so many things I got to get. You know, I keep a folder on my browser in my bookmarks. I keep a folder of all of you guys, and I can hit the middle mouse button on my mouse on top of the folder, and it springs open every channel in a different tab, so I can go through and see what everybody has put out. And I did that tonight, and that's how I saw that Simply Debbie Sue put out a desk chat video yesterday that I haven't seen yet, so I got to do that. Yeah, the core tribe. Start using hashtag core tribe in your videos in the comment, not in the comments, but in the tag section. I don't know how big of a impact tags do, but if you put core tribe in your video, the cool thing then is people can search for core tribe in YouTube search, and all of our videos will come up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, nice. The stats are pretty cool, man. 6 months of live streaming without stop. And here's my link to Lori, which I don't know why I put it on screen, but I did. It's on my channel, Live with Lori. Yeah, the live stream you guys both did is on Daniel's channel, and unless they did a collaboration, it'll just be on there. I learned so much going on lives of others as it helps me to see how I can be better on my own. We all need that, Granny. We're growing rapidly. I said Sunday we had 350 friends. In 2 to 3 days, we have 364 friends. I love that you don't call them subscribers. You say friends. That is awesome. Growing steadily. Don't give up. That is true. You know, everybody who is 100,000 subscriber channel had 300 at some point. Everybody had 3 at one point, you know? Can you guys remember? Can you remember your first subscriber? And can you remember the first comment you ever got? I can't remember that anymore. It's been 9 years now, so I don't know. Lori, would you please add me to the list? Wednesday, 2:22 p.m. That's funny, Heidi. 2:22. That's really easy to remember. Wednesdays at 2:22. I think I'm free at that time, which is great. So that is cool. Y'all need to go live. It'll change everything. It does. It really starts to build the community. Because people become more aware of your channel. They start to watch your videos. It's the best. And you'll just make so many good friends. I'm telling you right now, if I wanted to drive across the country, I know that I would have a bunch of people that I could count on to meet up and have lunch with and hang out in the middle of the day on a trip across the country because of all these nice folks we've met. And, be careful of strangers on the internet. That's not the way it is anymore. I need to change her name. Talking about Catherine here. She's Monday and Wednesday. She says Tuesday, Thursday, New Zealand time, and it is confusing. So she's Monday and Wednesday, our time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So she was live today, but she was live Monday. Okay, so that explains why I got confused. She's Monday and Wednesday. Very good. Thank you for explaining. You have to sometimes help me understand. Planning our first outdoor live. Oh, damn, that's so cool. By a fire early February. That'll be awesome. Trying to confirm. Will it be like a nighttime by the fire or sort of like a morning, afternoon thing? Just trying to confirm which weekend the weather will cooperate. Yeah, you got to wait till you get a lot closer to it so that you can pick a date because you got to wait to see what the weather's going to do. Can you imagine if you were planning to do an outdoor live stream this past week and then that ice storm came through? The community gathered. It's a social event. Hint, the first one was horizontal. Second one made my go vertical 3 times more views. I know the vertical view ones that you do from a phone. That's why Daniel does his live streams vertical too. Thing is, I like the software and I like playing with this software and having a good time. Hey, you guys want to see a cool trick? I learned how to show you eCam. I learned how to, because like here's the trick. Watch, I'm going to show you something. Okay, if I go to this scene that shows you my entire desktop. Okay, cool. You can see my windows and you can see my computer, but you can't see my live streaming software because it's hidden. But if I found there's a button that I can hit, and if I hit it, let's see, where is it? Here we go. That should now show you my eCam layout. And I tested it. So you should now be able to see my scenes up here, and you can see my overlays, and you can see my camera effects, and you can see my live chat right here. And then if I hit this button again, turns it back off, and then we go back to normal. So I love this software, eCam, and if I did a vertical video with my phone, I wouldn't be able to play with all the cool features. But all that to be said, eCam is now coming out with a new feature. It's currently in beta that they call dual mode. And it basically puts a side-by-side view of a horizontal and a vertical video, and it streams to both places. It goes in YouTube. It sends the feed, and you can arrange all these cool elements on the screen. Like if I want to put, look at this. If I move this thing around, I can do all kinds of cool stuff with it, right? Well, you can do that with vertical videos in eCam 2 once this thing that's in beta goes public, and then I'll be doing both modes, vertical and horizontal. So we'll get a lot more trolls because that's the thing about vertical videos is you get more trolls because you get more views, and if you get more views, you get more trolls. But that's okay. Let me get caught up. I think I lost everything. Saw that. Yep, there's the hint about the vertical and there's the vertical and the horizontal. I'm caught up. 4 p.m. Eastern. Blowing smoke. That's what I said on our last live about a comment you said. That's funny. That's funny. I don't remember that, but I do remember my comment, but I don't remember you saying I was blowing smoke. But you're right, because I'm always blowing smoke, right? On Daniel's live streams, I always quote Vice Grip Garage, and I always ask, I wonder what Travis Tritt's doing right now, which is a saying I got from Vice Grip Garage. The trick is to always pick a different 90s country star, right? Wonder what Shania Twain's doing right now. Yeah, so I'm right about you guys having the 2 login. Yeah, and Brian supports others. You guys tag team. Yep, you got it. She replies on mine too. Oh, that's cool. So I never know exactly who I get it, but in my mind, I'm going to imagine that Brian is Brian and having fun is Tiffany. Unless I hear otherwise, I'm just going on with that. You're done cooking dinner and now you're chowing down. What did you make, Mike? What's for dinner? You got to tell us. You can't just say I made dinner and then not tell us what you had. Hello, Brian. Hello, Granny. I operate this one and my personal and sometimes his, but we'll put Tiffany at the end. See, that's cool. If you put Tiffany or Brian at the end, I try to remember, who did I see a YouTube? Who was it that was, people would put their name. I can't remember now. There was like 4 or 5 people running it, and they always signed it at the end of the comment who you were dealing with. Oh, you know who it is? Is vidIQ. The vidIQ channel does that. They have some coaches that comment on their channels, and they put their name like Tori at the end, something like that. I will collaborate, share with Lori in a day or 2. Cool. Okay. Hi, Mike. I had to go back and watch Daniel's live. I thought you came on 6 o'clock my time. Now I know. So, Mike, were you live at the same time? Because you said you had just finished your live and you dropped in on his. So I got to go back and watch yours. Were you live streaming out on the streets again? walking around the streets of Minneapolis trying not to get yourself shot? Great idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. Hashtag core tribe. Hello, having fun in the north. Exactly. Easy to remember. 2:22 p.m. See, I didn't forget. Brian and I both say hello. Mike's Adventure Sparks. We're cooking dinner at the same time. Having a time and date slot is a pop-up is nice, but knowing for sure helps. Yep. She actually did not go live today because she was traveling. That must be Catherine, right? We're supposed to get slammed with another snowstorm with this week. Well, we're going to get some Florida weather this weekend. This Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see temperatures in the mid to low 30s Fahrenheit. And a good portion of Florida is looking at a freeze. You guys may see an increase in your orange juice prices and your grapefruits if Florida gets hit with a freeze. Live will be around noon or early afternoon. Okay, very good. Yeah, so it won't be a nighttime campfire. It'll be daylight out. Wow, Sally, we need snow. No, you do not. You have enough. I've seen your video. Y'all are wonderful folks, and I appreciate each of you. Must run. Story time for the grandbaby. Bye, Granny. That's cool. Hello, Winging. That little screen box thing you have is awesome. Yeah, I love this software. I have so much fun playing with this stuff and software, but I'm a computer nerd. Sally D is a magnet on her channel for trolls. Well, I know. You know, I want to say something about that too. I had made a note. I'm going to talk about Sally for a second. Let me find my notes. Okay, Sally's approach to trolls. I'm going to address this because I think it is awesome. Sally said a couple days ago, she said, I don't mind when they come after me because if they're after me, they're not after nobody else. So let them come because I can take it. And I was just sitting there listening to her say that, saying, my goodness, that is so selfless. Not selfish, selfless. She said, well, I mean, you know, Granny, you got to admit that with your wild and crazy personality and your wild and crazy looks, they're going to come after you. And it's always the same question, isn't it? And you handle them. I mean, first of all, you got a million mods. You basically make everybody a mod, and they whack-a-mole them. But the fact that you're okay with it and they don't bother you, I mean, I guess teaching kindergartners all those years and school kids all those years kind of toughens up the skin. But I was so impressed, and I just want to commend you for that attitude of, if they're after me, they're not after somebody else. Can you guys feel that? You feel the power? You feel the power in what Sally says there? That's awesome. You go, girl. Let's see. Hey, Mike's Adventure Sparks. Sally's a magnet. Yep. What is your suggestion with having a grip on trolls in vertical live? Okay, so make a few people moderators. Some people you trust. Some folks in this chat. Ooh, bumped my microphone. Some folks in this chat. Some folks in the core tribe. If you long press on a person's name, if you're on mobile, if you long press on a person's name on their phone, then you can make them a moderator. And that's the people with the blue names. And I haven't needed a moderator yet, but you can have a few people that you trust help watch for it. That's the best way to keep out of it. And, you know, obviously the old saying, don't feed the trolls, right? That's my advice. As someone who's been administrating and moderating web forums since the 90s, that is my advice on handling trolls. Don't feed them and have good moderators. I wonder what Travis Tritt's doing today. Wonder what Joe Diffie's doing right now. Dan, I was watching Vice Grip Garage the other day, and he was bringing back to life a 1968 Chevy C/K truck. I don't know if it was two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. One of the old round body trucks. And as he's sitting there working on the alternator and spinning it, he just mumbles to himself, wonder what Travis Tritt's doing right now. And I don't know. He hasn't. This is how he says it. He says it in his video. He goes, I don't know. He hasn't gotten back to me. I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard when he said, I wonder what Travis Tritt is doing today, which he always says. But then he says, I don't know. He hasn't got back to me. I laughed so hard. Where's he been all this time? That's one thing he said that made me laugh. Where's he been all this time? Dan has a couple mods, and they'll take care of the trolls. I wonder what Sammy Kershaw is doing right now. Hashtag 90s country. Exactly. Wonder what Randy Travis is doing right now. Didn't he have a stroke? He was doing real bad, right? Is he doing better? Trolls turn around and become subscribers most of the time due to my. Well, you win them over. That's the thing, Sally. You treat them with love and win them over, and then they're your longtime subscribers. Yes, ma'am. Did you want to get up here? Did you want to come say hi? Well, what are you going to do? You're going to cat? What do you want to do? Come here. Come here. Last chance. Come here. Okay, you're going to go cat. She just wants to walk around under my feet and ankles, and she just wants to cat for a while. Chicken burritos. That sounds good. What's the recipe? What do you put in them besides chicken and cheese? What kind of sauce do you use? We're making cabbage and taters. Well, I'm not a big fan of cabbage, but I do like taters. I don't like cabbage and I don't like coleslaw. Does that make me a bad person? Anyway, can we still be friends? Come here. Come say hi. Man, she is such a cat. Can we still be friends if I don't like cabbage and I don't like coleslaw? You guys can have my coleslaw. No, I was just showing off the puppies. I tried to go every Wednesday, and that's when they were born. It's their third week. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I saw your new puppy called Paco, right? That's a cool little puppy. Some kind of bulldog or something? Is that what he is, Mike? Paco. Be safe, buddy. Yeah, man. Be careful walking around on the. I know that you're such a big guy, nobody's gonna mess with you. I know, but still, you're in a danger zone walking around. You don't want to be asking for it. How does one pick a mod? I'll definitely need one or two. So, Dan, what you do when you're live, and you only do this when you're live, I think that's the only way you can do it. If you're on a laptop or a computer, you can just click on the little dots by their name and make them a moderator. But if you're on a phone, just tap their name with your finger and hold it for a second, like long press it for a second, and make them a moderator. But you have to be live with comments, so you see somebody in the chat to make them a moderator. That's how you do it. If you're not sure, I'm sure there's a YouTube video explaining how to do it. Then I was trying to go live before 6 so I could go to Daniel's channel, but I missed the times up. Yep, that's the way it goes. I'm traveling to Florida next Thursday. Please make sure all cold weather is gone. It might be gone by next Thursday. I don't know. You're going to Palm City, which is way, way, way up the coast. I've gone up there a couple of times on motorcycle trips. There's a pretty nice BMW motorcycle dealership up there. And I've ridden up there a few times for some demo days when they brought in a truck and let people ride their different bikes for free. It's a long ride for here. It's like, I want to say it's like a 4-hour ride by motorcycle up I-95, probably 3 by car. Jacksonville's hitting 26 degrees on Saturday. Man, you can keep it, my friend. Are you guys going to get any kind of snow at all? Or is it going to just be, just cold? Yeah, I saw you guys kicking trolls off. That was you, Allie, that did it? I'm eating Brussels sprouts. I don't like Brussels sprouts, CL. CL, did I say hi to you? I didn't know you were in here. If I did say hi, I don't remember. I don't think I did. How are you doing? Good to see you. I don't like Brussels sprouts. To quote one of the dwarves in The Hobbit, I don't like green food. I like brown food. That's in the movie. It's not in the books. I used to be a computer nerd too. Windows got too crazy. Yeah, I know. But it's my day job. CL, ooh, Brussels sprouts. That's right, Daniel. I'd rather have Arby's like you. What do you... Oh, by the way, you guys, I shouldn't even tell you this. But Arby's peach cobbler rolls. Stay away. If you try one, forever will it dominate your destiny. Way too good. You guys, the crust on these peach cobbler rolls at Arby's tastes like McDonald's apple pie crust from the 1970s, okay? And most of you know what I mean when I say McDonald's apple pie crust from the 1970s. It's back at Arby's on the peach cobbler roll. It's worth a drive. What do you mean when you say trolls? what do these trolls do or comment? So a troll is somebody who is there to stir up trouble and make negative comments and say you're ugly. They're always asking Sally on her live streams if she's LGBTQ because she wears those colorful glasses and stuff, and they're just idiots. And what, baby? You are such a cat. Say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi, Suzuki. Why don't you come over here on that laptop and chill out? It's nice and warm. So a troll is just a jerk who's in the comments and there to bother people, not having any good intentions. Little Debbie Cakes. Ooh, she said back to Daniel because he doesn't like her Brussels sprouts. Daniel, would you like my Brussels sprouts? You can have mine. I cook them with butter and bacon. I will have Brussels sprouts with butter and bacon. Hold the Brussels sprouts. Love the core tribe idea. Got to do that. Yep, don't feed the trolls. Thanks for the explanation, my friend. You are welcome, sir. I may go see Travis Tritt in concert in August, actually. Well, that's cool. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? Everybody'd have a good time with that. Wonder what the Dixie Chicks are doing today. I wonder what Alan Jackson is doing right now. Got to run, Scott. Have an awesome night, everybody. Peace out, Brian. Peace out, Tiffany, if you're running too. I wrote Randy Travis in the chat and then deleted because I wasn't sure of his status. Yeah, if I was a little bit more worried about not offending people, I probably wouldn't say it. But I think he had a stroke or something, and I hope he's on the mend. Let's just say we're thinking about Randy Travis, and he's in our prayers. He's probably, he's probably getting by. Take care. Have fine. Bye, Brian. Bye, Brian and Tiffany. Oh boy, I can see what this wonder what be inside joke now. Listen, I didn't start it, man. It is from Vice Grip Garage, and it's a famous saying in his channel's community. And so, like, if you go on his channel, the comments are just filled with it, like, all day long. And his Facebook page and his Instagram page. And I wonder what so-and-so 90s country star is doing today is, it's just a Vice Grip Garage saying, so I'm not really going to steal it. But that's just the way it goes. No other sauce other than Ortega, he says. Paco is a Boston Terrier. See, I would have known that if I was smart about dogs. I've been staying away from the protests. They're much worse now, like a little war zone. It's terrible. Yeah, it is. Now, I heard that the Minnesota State Police has decided to be sent in and help to start restoring order. So maybe things will start to return to normal in our beloved Minneapolis. Seal, I'm sure, but I just don't like cabbage and Brussels sprouts are baby cabbages. I agree with Debbie Sue here. Paco is a cutie, and it was so cute to see him sitting on the lap. Was that your son, Mike, that was driving the car when you guys were driving to pick up Paco in the Honda? Paco was sitting on the lap of the driver. Was that your son? He looked okay out in the cold, too. Dogs do much better out in the cold than a lot of people think. People see a dog out in the snow and they feel like, oh, the poor puppy. But dogs like this. They can handle it, Phoenix is hitting 76 degrees on Saturday. Well, that's the kind of weather I'm talking about. It gets pretty hot. It was 85 here 2 days ago. But I know that sounds hot, but it's a wet heat. So, Lori, it'll be a high of 60, low of 51 on that Thursday that you're coming down. I think she's going to be just fine coming out. Well, you said you had 36 inches of snow up in Boston. That's crazy. Can you move to a mouse up from the end? I'm probably not going to read it, Dad. You're not going to miss anything. I'm probably not going to read it. I was just going to mention it. I posted the poem on my chat, and then Doc Troy Eckert. Let's see if I can find this. Doc Troy Eckert posted a comment about a Battlefield Band musical version of that. So if you guys want to see a great reading of To a Mouse, Dr. Troy Eckert recommended we go listen to the Battlefield Band musical version of that. But this is a pretty busy chat tonight, so I'm probably not going to get to it. I mean, sometimes I got things on the schedule in case nothing happens. Hey, you know what I should do? I just want to talk about something. That's a good comment. I'm going to talk for a second about the channel shift. So Lori noticed something about my most recent video. Why did this light go off, I wonder? That's funny. Lori noticed something about my most recent video, and she took it upon herself to take the initiative to go and ask AI about it, and showed AI transcripts from an old video and transcripts from a new video. And then she shared with me the analysis that the AI she used came up with. And I want to share some of that with you because I think a lot of this applies to a lot of people's YouTube channels and also applies just to our life in general and how we interact with people. So the analysis, okay, so that light's going to keep going out because I guess I didn't charge it up. You want to see it? It's a USB light. Yeah, I guess I didn't charge it. Oh well. Battery check. Yeah. Oh well, that'll learn me. Charge up your LED thing before you go live, silly. But that's okay. You can still see me. So the analysis is that my channel went from initially being nature is good to being now more about you're going to make it and nature helps you realize that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to summarize this because this will apply to a lot of you guys' channels. It doesn't have to be about nature. Whatever your channel's about, think about these conclusions and see how you think they could apply to you. But it goes from being a cozy channel to a helpful channel. And I'm only going to mention the things that I've moved to. And I'm not going to talk about the things that the AI said I went from because the YouTube algorithm is listening to this live stream. And it hears everything we're saying and it reads everything you type. And I don't want to confuse it. I don't want to make it think that this channel has anything to do with what I used to do. But it said that I use nature as a tool. And if you have a problem, I show people how nature is a lens to see the problem, and it's also a tool to solve the problem. So it said that the channel has become outcome-oriented and that I have started reframing problems. I don't just invite people to nature. I reframe the problems and make it more easy for them to address it. I directly address people with problems and people under pressure and people who don't think they have time for nature and encourage them to be an active thinker. I'm talking to active thinkers and I acknowledge that fact and then treat them with respect and understand that these are active thinking people. So I'm not talking down to people, right? The AI conclusion that Lori came up with said that I widen the funnel, which means increase the net, the size of the net that attracts and captures people that I'm trying to help and address. So widen the funnel because everyone wants clarity, solutions, and a way out. And so by addressing people who want clarity, solutions, and a way out, it attracts and captures more people than just the random, hey, don't you like nature? I like nature. Do you like nature? Type of person, right? And using nature as the means, oh, that's a nice little notification. I don't care about that. Using nature as the means, not the identity. So it's not, hey, I'm a nature person. It's nature is the means to solving problems as well as the means to identifying problems and addressing universal problems. Everybody's got certain problems and not everybody has the same problem, but there are certain situations and challenges that people go through in life that's universal to all of mankind. And by identifying specific mechanisms for solutions, help people break down problems into core components and encourage them to be a problem solver. So I'm being a problem solver by encouraging people to be problem solvers in their own lives. The new language that I'm using is directive, functional, identity-based, and practical. I would agree with that. A lot of that is intentional. And the positional theft is to be an authority without ego, to show guidance without preaching, and leadership without claiming it. All right, that was not all intentional, but I'll take it. That's a great compliment. I'm going to take the compliment as if it was a gift. Um, I'm anchoring nature to human pain points and inviting people into a solution, not just into nature. Lori, this is such great stuff. I hope half of it's true. Videos about people and solutions, not just about nature. So, with all of that said, I decided to give myself some homework. And based on that output from Lori's AI scanner, and she also shared with me the prompt. And I think what I'm going to do for everybody here who probably could also use this in your own channels, even if it's nothing to do with nature, I'm going to share Lori's generic prompt with you in the comments to this live stream like tomorrow or something. If you want to grab it and plug in your own variables, like your own topics. But my homework for myself was to create a video script format template using the output from the the AI output. So I already have several scripts for this is three scripts for videos that I wanted to shoot this weekend when it's 31 degrees out. And when I say script, it's not really a script. It's more like a bullet list of things I want to think about. Basically, let me give you an example. Okay, it's not a script you could read from. It's not like I'm going to read this word for word. It's, the first line on here says, rewild your commute. That's it. And then it's up to me to think about that and to convert that into conversational tone in a walk and talk video and talk about rewilding your commute. And the next line says, reframe the commute from a chore to an opportunity. So I would just talk about that for a little bit, right? So I've got these 3 scripts that I had already written with these kind of things. I think you guys would like this video, by the way, talking about how to turn a boring work commute into an opportunity to engage with nature, because you know what nobody ever does anymore? Drive around with the windows down. And I know when it's negative 37 degrees, you can't drive around with the windows down, but maybe it'll be good advice next summer. Drive around with the windows down and radio either on music or off, no talking, and trying to connect with nature during an office commute. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far into that, but I have turned the AI output into a video format template. So I say things like, here's a common human problem. And I would write my initial line, rewild your commute. I would phrase that as, here's a common human problem. For example, hey, don't you hate the fact that you have to drive to work and spend half hour or an hour every day in the car? Okay, that's reframing it as a human problem. Next piece on the format, here's how nature helps see it differently. That's using nature as a lens to identify the problem, right? So I would take that and say, maybe the commute is actually an opportunity to engage with nature from the safety and comfort of your own car, right? Next thing on the little video format template, give one specific mental action, not advice, not motivation, one specific mental action. So I would do that. Tie it to identity along the lines of, and all this came out of Lori's AI output, by the way. Tie it to identity. So something like, this is how you become someone who does blah, 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 blah. And then I've got my call to action, which I've been doing, which I invite everybody to come to this live stream. That's my call to action. I know a lot of people say, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to click like. Be sure to ring the bell. Be sure to turn on notifications. If people want to do that, they can do that. They'll think of it if they want to. And I'm going to talk in a minute about subscriber growth and my experiment. I want to tell you guys about my experiment. But my call to action is to invite them to think, invite them to try out what I've just talked about, and invite them to join our community at our live stream. So that is my video format template based on the magnificent AI output. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori, for sharing that with me. That is possibly the most priceless bunch of text anybody ever sent me. Hey, let's get real caught up real quick. Hello, Scott and friends in chat. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, Whitcombs, you've been here this whole time and I didn't acknowledge you. I'm so sorry. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you guys made it from the frozen tundra. Are you guys up in Wisconsin today, enjoying the nice warm weather? Hello, Whitcombs. How's little baby Charlotte doing? Not going to be little much longer. Is that next Thursday? Hi, Debbie Sue. Great to see you. Yes, Lori, check the weather. Guess it's better than -8. Let me say that again. Lo and behold, Randy Travis is in concert in Phoenix in April. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what you can do in April? If you go see him, you don't have to say, I wonder what Randy Travis is doing today, because you will know. That's good. I'm glad he's back out doing show again. That's good. I'm very glad. He was a nice man. I was freaking out when he was walking on the ice, Mike. Man, Mike, I was worried about that boy. He was getting so close and he stuck his foot in the water and it broke through. I was worried about him too. So that's your son, Connor. Got it. Okay, good. Hey, Heidi, you better go. Digging up bones. Okay, thanks. I'll look for a mouse. I have to help my dad figure out how to get to YouTube posts. That's all there is to it. He's got to be able to see all of our posts. Forever and ever. Amen. Heidi, we're going to be great friends. Hey, look at that cat. Yeah, that's Suzuki. And Mike's using his super cool secret member-only compass and sign emojis that I got for all the members. I was just doing that. Haha, that cat's about to play. Yep. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Haha. Hi, Suzuki. Hey, Suzuki. Milky Way says hi. Hey, CL. Hey, traveling. Hey, everybody. Everybody's saying hi. Kitty, kitty. Everybody's saying howdy, howdy. How's it going? Oh, all right. I got caught up on chat. Awesome. Saying hi to Heidi. Awesome. Okay, let's talk for a second. Quickly, short announcement. I wasn't going to say this, but I've decided I'm going to tell you all because you are my closest personal friends. I decided to write a book. And that's about all I'm going to say about it at this time. I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know how short it'll be. I don't want to talk about the subject too much or anything about it yet. But I think most people here would enjoy the topic that I'm writing about. What's in it? It's adjacent to my channel's mission. Let's say that. It's adjacent to my channel's mission. So I will keep you in the loop. I've made pretty good progress on it so far. It's beefing up, so I will keep you in the loop. Are you excited to hear that news? I bet you are. Okay, so I want to tell you about my YouTube-only experiment. Oh, and I have a new call to action. I was thinking about using in some of my videos. Maybe this weekend I was going to say, just suddenly out of nowhere, say, you're not subscribed? Huh, that's weird. What do you think? Do you like that? I might try that as a call to action, just like in the middle of a video, randomly. Kind of like saying, wonder what Shania Twain's doing right now. Huh, you're not subscribed? Huh, that's weird. So the YouTube-only experiment. Let's talk for a second about the YouTube-only experiment. What that means is I have been making these long-form videos on Mondays and Fridays, and I've been live streaming with you on Wednesday nights. And in between, I've been using Opus clips to cut up my videos into shorts. And it has a really nice calendar feature with a really nice scheduling feature. And I have been sending out hourly shorts all week long, Monday through Saturday, not on Sundays. Once an hour, starting at 8 in the morning, going through 9 or 10 at night. And it goes out on YouTube, and it goes out on Instagram, and it goes on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and it goes out on the Facebook group. And it sends it all out in all directions, and it handles all that for me. But, I'm not really on Facebook that much. And one thing about Facebook I don't like is that their business model is about profiting off of people's anger. Facebook profits by stirring up angry people arguing over whatever the latest news thing that happened this week, right? And if you don't believe me, open up Facebook and look at some of the comments from your friends, and you'll see that Facebook is trying to drive engagement in comments by stirring up anger. I'm not a big fan. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and as far as I can tell, their business model seems to be, it used to be a photography-oriented site, but now it seems to be like a lot of girly video stuff, like trying to track guys to look at girly stuff online. And so I'm sending my videos, X, artist formerly known as Twitter, is highly political. But one thing X tends to do is to show you stuff that you agree with. So it keeps you in your own bubble, right? So if you're on this side or that side of politics, they tend to show you mostly stuff that you would agree with. Or if you like nature, they show you a lot of nature. If you like Lord of the Rings, they show you a lot of Lord of the Rings. So at least they're not stirring up anger and stuff, but it does keep you in your own bubble, and you don't end up seeing too much about people who disagree with you, which would be healthy to understand what people who disagree with you think and understand their perspective. X is not great for that. So my experiment this week has been to only push my shorts out to YouTube, because YouTube is the social media thing that I like. It's where all my friends are. I like YouTube. All my friends live there. I have taken Instagram and Facebook off of my phone. I don't even have it on my phone. I have no need to participate as a user. And I had been pushing out my videos basically as Rob the Maritimer says. Rob the Maritimer says that the shorts are marketing. It's like ads for his channel trying to get people to come back. So this week, my experiment, hold on, I feel like I have a sneeze coming. I have to do a fake sneeze. Do you guys know that trick? Achoo! That's a fake sneeze. When you feel like a sneeze is coming and you don't want to have a big sneeze, do a pretend sneeze like I just did. A fake sneeze, it tricks your brain, and now I don't have to sneeze. I don't know why that works, but it does. Cool thing about that trick is it works even though you know it's happening. Let me grab this and put this on here. There we go. Sorry, my phone just notified me that it was down to 10% battery, so I might as well put it on the charger. I don't know why that works, but if you feel like a sneeze is coming on and you're like it won't come and you're about to sneeze or whatever, just do a real loud fake sneeze. For some reason, then you won't sneeze, and I don't know why that works. And it works even though you know it's going to happen. It's like you hypnotize yourself, but you know you're hypnotizing yourself or something. I don't know. Kind of weird. So I've been putting shorts out only to YouTube, and I have been getting... Is that what it's called, Heidi? The subconscious interrupter pattern. Okay, good to know. Now I learned something. Now I'm feeling smart. Subconscious interrupt pattern. That's my high school nickname. So I've been getting a lot of subscribers. I've been seeing great subscriber growth. Let's take a peek. I'll show you guys. And a lot of that, for whatever reason, comes from shorts. I don't know why. This is a 90-day view, and the number of subscribers, which is subscribers added minus subscribers lost per day. So there's some big days, 16 subscribers, 13 subscribers, 10 subscribers. Those are some nice days. But it's usually 2 or 3 a day. Let's not get crazy by looking at the spikes. If we normalize this graph, it would be 2 or 3 a day. And that's much better than what it used to be, because it used to be 1 a week. And that's a sign that the channel's growing. I know subscribers are not everything anymore, because YouTube doesn't only show your videos to your subscribers now. They show it to people who like your kind of stuff, and it somehow knows. But a subscriber is somebody who said consciously, I want to see more of this dude's stuff. So I take it as an important thing about, it's an important thing that somebody subscribed, right? So I do keep track of it. And for whatever reason, shorts brings people to the long form videos. I see them as, now I don't have a problem with people who make short only channels. If your channel is all about only shorts, more power to you, but I'm making long videos. So for me, the shorts are just a way to have a lot wider reach. And if a video only has 50 views, but a short from it hit 3,000 people, that's a lot of people who saw a piece of that video and might come find the longer video or subscribe. My experiment was, if I don't send shorts to Facebook, Instagram, and X, am I still going to see the same kind of subscriber growth? I don't want to turn those off if it's going to kill subscribers. So if I narrow this down to the last 7 days, because I just been doing this since Monday, which is only 3 days, so you can see we had 3 subscribers that day, 3 subscribers that day, and then 2 subscribers, and then 2 subscribers. There was a really low day on the 26th, 2 days ago. That was Monday. But that also could be because I don't do any shorts at all on Sundays. And so if you don't do any on Sundays, you're not going to get a whole lot showing up on the report the next day. But, it was 4 yesterday. So based on that, I really don't think cutting out those other guys was a huge negative, at least in the past short term. Now, this is a 3-day experiment, right? And the real answer would be to look at the longer scope, the 90 days, and say, okay, so if I do this for a month and I'm not pushing out videos to Facebook, X, and Instagram, and we're still seeing a decent growth on the channel, I'll probably stick with it. But if I see it start to drop off and I only get like 1 subscriber a day or something, I'll probably start pushing those videos back out to Facebook, back out to Instagram, stuff like that. Let's run this out to, I'll do 365 days, although the channel's really only been about this topic since April. But you can see in the old days, we were averaging like 1 a week because there were so many days of come and go, come and go, come and go. And then right around this time here in June, remember when you repivot and you rebrand from one story to another, it takes a while for YouTube to figure out what you're doing. And I made that pivot way back here in April, and it sort of stayed like it was, kind of low, kind of low, kind of low with some bumps. And it took until June, July, coincidentally, right about the time I started live streaming. And the live streams are a big part of this, but I don't think we get a whole lot of subscribers during live streams. Some, but not a whole ton. It's the shorts. Honestly, it's the shorts that's doing that. So let me see what you guys are saying about this, because some of you guys may be thinking I'm crazy. What are you saying is awesome to Lori? You said, hey, Lori, that's awesome, but I must have missed it. What did I miss Lori saying? It can't be this. That's not awesome. All right, let me get back down here. Hi, traveling Whitcombs. Everybody said them. Balmy 1 degree in western Wisconsin. That's fantastic. Are you guys on the west side of Wisconsin, over by Mississippi? I didn't know that. That's cool. That makes sense. For some reason in my mind, I thought you were way up in the Northwoods. But that's cool. My wife's family is from Wisconsin, and they had an A-frame up in the Northwoods when she was young. But you're over in Western. That's good. I'm going to go and try and camp this weekend. Tyler, it's too cold, man. You can't camp this weekend, dude. I hope this weekend goes better than my last trip. It's supposed to be 1 degree. Tyler, that's too cold to be out camping. You got to have like a negative 10 degree sleeping bag. And, man, why do you want to do that to yourself? I don't know, buddy. If you do and you make a good video out of it, that's awesome. Whoa, that's what Perry White used to say. Great Scott. Hello, friends. Hello, folks. Nice. That's awesome. Hello, Heidi. I love being in the loop. Oh, this is you guys talking about the book, right? Yeah, the book. That'll be cool. Scott, I want to get a QR code for my channel, and it leads them to subscribe. Kind of like the watermark, only if they're watching from a TV and it's hard to find the subscribe. All right, I'll help you with that, Allie. Let's get connected, and I will help you make that if you don't know how to already make it. You probably already do, and your hubby is very technical. If you guys can't figure it out, I'll help you, but I have a really strong inclination figure, and you probably already know how to do it. Or your hubby does. I'm not thinking you can't. So you're on TikTok? I've never even installed TikTok or launched it or even tried it. Never have. Subconscious. Interrupt pattern. You're about to sneeze, and you flip a switch in your brain and say, fake sneeze. Okay, I disagree about the shorts. They are good for promoting long formats, but some people only watch shorts, and if they feel like a commercial for a long format, they feel left out. It's a good point, Allie. I hear what you're saying. Like it's not made for them, right? They're good for promoting. I mean, that's what I really use them for. I'm not really making my shorts I'm really not even paying too much attention to how the AI inside of Opus Clips chooses to cut them up. I look at it and make sure a complete sentence isn't cut off. But I just kind of like say, this is a way for me to say, here's my long form video that I put a lot of work into, both on the planning side, the execution and recording, and in the editing and the packaging. I do all that work. And then the shorts are basically just little billboards. I just send little billboards out into the ether, and they're seen by 1,000 people. And some of them, I mean, every single one of my shorts has text across the top that says, watch the full video. And it's got my logo and it's got my link, and every one of them's got a link back to the full video. So every single one of these things is really, in fact, here, let me show you. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll go just load up one of mine real quick. While we're here, might as well look at the dashboard. The subscribers are 3308. Oh, that's good. It was 3307 before I went live. So somebody subscribed today, this afternoon, which is good. Okay, let's go to content. Let's go to shorts. Let's just pick a random one and view on YouTube. So you see, it's got the text that I'm saying down below, because a lot of people watch shorts with the sound off. So it's got the transcript, and at the top, watch the full video, and then in the description for these videos, I think I might be able to show you if these have it. Yeah, the description has the link back to the full video, and all of my little descriptions and all that cool stuff is in there too. So that's that. So I don't disagree with you, Allie. But like I said, and Heidi got an alert for a short from me. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I just see them as billboards to get people. Hopefully, some people will come back and join the channel, join us on a live stream. A lot of people first discover the channel because they first find you in a short, but then they find your long videos and hopefully like them, you know. I wish I knew all this computer stuff. Scott, you make it look so easy. Well, that's good. I appreciate it. I was saying that's awesome to Lori for the AI content she gave you. Oh, yes. Okay, got it. Yeah, that is some good stuff, man. She did some digging. It was awesome. Was there a guest this week? I had to step away at the beginning. No, sir, I did not have a guest. I did not have a guest here. I got a gnat flying around. How did that get in the house? Florida, man, I tell you. No, there wasn't one, Perlman. Yeah, that's what you do with shorts too. Yeah, I've seen your shorts, and it's the same thing, right? Just little automatic cut up snippets, and I just see it as a billboard for the bigger channel stuff, you know. Scott, you put all that information on your shorts as well. Find me a coffee, and all that goes in your short description as well. Yeah, exactly. Sure does, Sally. So that link that's in all of my descriptions that says, you know, how to buy me a coffee and how to become a member, and all those Amazon links, and an encouragement to subscribe and join the live stream. That's in the description of all of the shorts as well. Yep. All right. By the way, if you guys put QQQ, it doesn't really make a difference if the people are not using the filter like Rob the Maritimer does. There is a little text thing that I could type up here, and I can type the word QQQ, and now I'll only see Mike Adventure Sparks comments, but I don't, and my chat's not that busy that I have to worry about that. This chat is not busy enough that I'm going to miss it. What app do you use to make your shorts? I will show you. Just real quick while we're here. I use Opus Clip. Here it is. Opus Clip is pretty sweet. These are projects that I've already created. The way it works is you take a link to one of your videos and you paste it in here, and then you say get clips right here. You hit this button and it gives you some options to make. So I've made some options, and you can see inside of this project, here's the shorts that it made. These are ones that I told that I wanted to make 90 seconds. And then this one right here are ones that I told it to make 60 seconds. And then these right here are ones from the same video that I told it to make 30 seconds. So I've got 3 projects, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and 90 seconds. And then I go into them, I select them, I select all, I click bulk schedule. Here's where I can decide, oh, I want it on Facebook, or I want it on Instagram, or I want it on X, and I've been leaving only YouTube here. And you customize the time, you say what day you want it on, you say what time you want it. When you get done, you hit bulk schedule, and you hit the white schedule button, and it sends them out. And I'll show you, yes, confirm. This is what the calendar looks like. This is still inside of Opus Clips. This is the calendar, and all these green ones are videos that have already been posted. But the ones on the bottom right have a white scheduled icon, and you can see, for example, here's the 9 videos on YouTube that are still to be scheduled for the rest of today. That's for today. Nope, sorry, that's tomorrow. The 5 more over here is Wednesday. Nope, no more going on for Wednesday. We're done for the night on Wednesday. But tomorrow morning 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. So I've got from 8 in the morning till 6 p.m. tomorrow night, an hour, once an hour, a schedule of shorts. It's Opus Clips to answer your question, sir. Okay, sorry. Let me not go off on that tangent there. Scott, are you going hiking anywhere new soon? Maybe a walk on the beach. It would take my mind off the snow. There is a park that's down on the beach that actually has some woods and some mangroves on the beach. And there's like a wooden boardwalk to kind of keep you off of the muck. And I was kind of thinking about taking a walk down there, and you come out of the end of the boardwalk out to the ocean. So I was thinking that might be kind of neat. Maybe I should do that just for you, Perlman. Try making a short that is not on a long format. You will see more short views and subs. So you're talking about making a short specifically that's a short intended to be a short from the beginning, right? And it's not based on a long form video. It's just a short. I should do that. Maybe when I'm out walking on my walks and making videos and everything, I could just like stop, pick up my phone, just record a short talking right there, right? That would be good. Yep, Opus Clips is what I use. Yep. Yeah, Glenn, PGH has too much snow and more coming. Beach walk would be awesome. All you folks stuck up there in the snow and the ice, I should go take a beach walk just for you. Yep. And appearing at the door, we have an appearance by Mrs. Escaping the Suburbs, returning from her adventure for the evening. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
Everyone, she says hello. Do you want to say anything else?
Stay warm, everyone.
Stay warm, everyone, she says. There you go. Did you have a good evening?
Yes. How about you?
I'm talking to a bunch of people locked away in their houses in snow and ice, so they say I should go to the beach.
It's cold
And
at the beach.
well, that's just cold here for us. I know. That's 57. But for Perlman, I would do it. Just for Perlman. PJH, that's Pittsburgh, has too much snow and more coming. Beach walk would be awesomeness. I have both kind of shorts, and I tend to agree. The standalone shorts bring in more subs, at least for me. I just got to remember to make it still on topic, just like a very shortened version of what most of my videos are for. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the QQQ thing more. Yeah, QQQ. Every time I talk, just sing with you. That is so funny. I have to see if they make a phone version for the phone. That would be cool. vidIQ makes shorts too. Great shorts too. If you do, I do have vidIQ. I should look in to see what they do, but I'm already paying for Opus Clips, so that's okay. Yeah, you like that, Mike? Pretty cool, right? Yes, yes. Yay, Mets. Hello. I could take a beach walk too. It's about 10 minutes. Let's make a beach short tomorrow, Scott. All right, Allie. If you make a beach short, I'll go make a beach short. How about that? Even if it's cold. Why not? After all, why not? Okay. Let me take a peek at my notes, what else I wanted to talk about, and see if I'm forgetting anything. I had a video this week, I think, talking to you guys about stress is free energy. If you feel stressed, use it to work out or walk. Are you stressed? Can you imagine it as excess energy? A quick note and an update for you on my Amazon Associates program, the affiliate program. I want to show you how it's going. And the answer is pretty cool, but not great. So let me show you how you can help me at no cost to yourself. This chart is showing how many people in the gray bars, how many people have clicked through my affiliate links. And at first, there was a few. People tried it out, and then it got on the low side. But for the past couple of days, there's been quite a few clicks. We've had 46 clicks yesterday, or day before, and 97 clicks today, which is fantastic. However, there have been 0 purchases by anybody who've gone through my clicks. Now, what I want to show you is that I'm not asking anyone to buy anything that they weren't going to buy anyway. But in order for me to stay in this program, I do need to lead, I believe it's 3 purchases on the affiliate links. Now, the way it works is if you follow my link and ignore the item that my link shows you and then go on to buy something that something that you really want from Amazon, I get credit for having taken you to Amazon. So let me show you what I'm talking about, right? Let's go to my channel. Easy way to get to my channel is escapingthesuburbs.com. So now we're at my channel, and I'm just going to pick my most recent video. How about this one? Chaos versus Calm. Is that a good one? Let's just pick the most recent one. Why not? Let's go to videos, latest. Here we go. Train your brain. All right, let's pause that. Now what we're going to do is, look at that boat, Allie. We're going to go down here to the description. And the description, at first, when you first go to the description, as you know, it's kind of collapsed, right? Let's show us. It looks like this. It's just a little strip. And so a lot of people don't see it. And a lot of people only see the first few words where it says, oh, you're not subscribed? That's weird. Click the button. But if you click in here, this expands it where it says, join me for a walk through the beautiful Everglades. We click more. What I'm hoping some of you will help me with, click more on one of my videos, and then we're going to scroll down to where my affiliate links are. And that's where I've got all of this gear and clothes that I have bought. Every single item on here is something I've bought. And it really doesn't matter which one you click on, because I'm not asking you to actually buy something that I'm pointing you to. But we'll just pick a random, let's just pick a random thing like this small rig clamp. Okay, this takes us to Amazon. And as you can see, it just takes us to the item that the link was for. But you ignore that. You don't buy that. You don't do anything with that. You don't put it in your cart or anything like that. Once you've gotten here, then you search Amazon for something you were going to buy on Amazon anyway. So I'm asking my friends here to help me out the next time you were wanting to buy something from Amazon. And if you don't use Amazon, this is not for you. If you're not an Amazon regular customer, this is not for you. If you're like me, it seems like you use Amazon every day. I need 3 people who were going to use Amazon anyway to follow one of my links to get to Amazon, because what it does is it puts a little thing in the URL up here. If you guys look in this URL at the top, the web address up at the top, it's got my little escaping the sub 20 whatever, right? So once you get to Amazon by my link, then you search for whatever you were going to buy anyway. So let's just say somebody was going to come here and they were going to buy, I don't know, some coffee, right? So they come here and they were going to just do what you would normally do, buy the coffee you would normally buy, go in, find the coffee you want, put it in your cart, buy it like you would, or maybe you wanted to search for maybe you needed a toilet brush and you wanted to get that delivered. You just go to Amazon, search for what you want, but go to Amazon by clicking my link to get there in the first place, and then find the one you want, find what you would normally have done, add it to your cart, go ahead and finish your process. It does not raise the price for you at all. The prices that you see from the beginning are exactly the same as the prices you would have seen if you had just typed Amazon.com. So if you follow my link, Amazon counts that as a sale, and I think they give me like 1% or 2% of the sale or something. So all I'm really asking, what I need 3 people to do so that I can stay in and not get kicked out of the program, is to just follow one of my links, any of them, in my comment here. Here's my hat. Where is it? Here's the hat I wear all the time, right? That fisherman's hat. Once you've clicked onto this page, then just use the search page and search for whatever you were going to get anyway. Here we go. I wanted a water bottle. Maybe I wanted to get one of these guys. So you just find what you were going to get, add it to your cart, check out, and do your normal thing. It doesn't raise the price for you. But then after that happens, one of these days, after it finally does happen, I will be able to go and see it in my check page here, and it will show it as a purchase. And I need 3 of those in 90 days in order to not get kicked out of the Amazon affiliate program, which I would like to stay in and see if I can make that useful for me. Let's get caught up on the chat and see what I'm missing. QQQ from Mike. QQQ. Yes. Okay, I could take a beach walk too. About 10 minutes. Let's do it. Yes, we already read that one, silly. Lucky Doug's having a beach close by. I know. I know it's. I think it's a lot closer to Allie. By the way, she's up there, Space Coast. I think you live on. Do you live on Merritt Island? Is that the name of the island you live on? For me, it's about a 10-mile drive, about a 30-minute drive through the suburbs and city. But I would do it. Make the sacrifice for the Eskimos. Absolutely, I would do that. I live on an island, so beach and river on all sides. Yeah. Is it Merritt Island? Is that the name of the island? Walking on the beach. Oh, Allie, sounds beautiful. She lives in paradise, but all of us do. I have beach sunrise and river sunset. Is what do they call the intercoastal waterway up there, Allie? Is it called the Indian River up where you are? Because I know it's Indian River, like around Fort Pierce and Stewart, all that. But is it the Banana River? What is the name of the intercoastal? What do they call that river where you live? Allie, I grew up on an island just like that. River, Atlantic Ocean, ocean, sunrise, sunset. Yep. I can't get off work to go to the beach. You are a working girl. You're working 9 to 5 and even later into the evening. I'll be house sitting for my sister in law, and she lives across the street from the beach. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, you're going to have so much fun. You're going to have so much fun. Lori is in Massachusetts. I don't know what Meredith is, but she's in Massachusetts. Sweet, Allie. I'm closer to the bay than the beach. I'm closer to Mobile Bay. Mobile Bay. Did you know they fill the cart and they don't check it out? If they go back within 48 hours, you get credit. Yes, exactly. If they follow my link and then they go to Amazon and put something in their cart, they still have 48 hours. I think it's 40. It might be 24 to buy something. In fact, even if they don't put something in the cart, up to 24 hours later, if they come back to it and put something in their cart and buy it, like toilet paper or something, you still get the credit. Yes, exactly. I'll find some. Now listen, Sally, don't be buying something just for this. Only do this. All of you guys only do this on something you already needed and we're going to get anyway. Don't tell D. Well, I'll just tell him I was helping you out. Yes, that's what I'll do. LOL. I'm not sending you on an extra shopping trip, Sally. Only if there's something you were thinking about getting anyway and you wanted it and you needed it. I'm asking people to use my link to get there, to get what they were going to do. Yeah, the bay has epic sunsets for sure. You like my Greek fisherman hat? Yeah, my dad had one of those when I was little. I always liked them, and I like them on Ernest Hemingway. And you know who else wears one all the time? Oh, what is his name? My goodness, the bass player in Primus. What is his name? Les Claypool. Greatest bass player of all time, Les Claypool, wears a hat like that. But his is white, and I think it's more like a captain's hat, like a boat captain's hat. What if I go in there 3 different times to buy something that give you the 3? I don't know, Sally. Don't buy extra stuff anyway that you weren't going to get. But I don't know. I think it makes more sense for it just to be 3 people. My dad tried to do this, and it didn't work. And I think that's because they already had stuff in their cart previously, and they followed my link in there, but the stuff was already in their cart, so it didn't work. So don't try that, Sally. Just do one thing. Scott, I did this after you talked about it before. I clicked your link. I'll try it again. Okay, that's great, Debbie Sue. I don't know why it didn't work. Only if it's something you want. Yeah, Sally, don't worry about doing 3 different days. Let's just have 3 different people do it. That'd be the best thing. Does Amazon have the hats like you're wearing tonight? I think they might. Let's take a look and see. I'm thinking what I would search for. I'm going to tell you a trick here. The kind of hat I'm wearing is sold by a company called Boston Scally. But if you search for Scally cap, that's how you get that style. So yes, the answer is absolutely. And there's 2 styles. Like the one I have on right now is the ones with triangular patterns. The cloth patterns are a triangular. And then there's another kind that you often see old Mike Living Well. He wears this kind with the big square rectangular pattern across the front. It's more like a flat cap. These are also sometimes called British racing caps or British driving caps. I have both. I have the kind I'm wearing right now, which is the triangular style, and I also have the ones with the flat. You can't see it now because I'm not showing you on my screen, but one of the hats behind me with the Scottish tartan is the flat one. So there you go. You search for scally cap. That is a fast way to get that, sir. I don't think you can pull that hat. Oh, of course he can. Absolutely, Mike can pull that off. He's a cool dude. He's the coolest dude. What are you talking? And he's famous. Okay, so that's the Indian River Lagoon is what they refer to the intercoastal waterway. The ICW up in your area is the Indian River Lagoon. That's good to know because my in-laws, my wife's parents live up in Fort Pierce, and it's the Indian River up there. Sun sets behind the bridge. Oh, that must be so nice to see. Oh, Sally. Just you guys have a good time in the chat with each other because I know you love each other. The Banana River, Sykes Creek, and the Indian River make up the Indian River Lagoon. Okay, so those are all connected, and those are all separate bodies of water that are connected and make up the Indian River Lagoon. Got it. Okay, you just purchased something on Amazon. That's cool. That doesn't mean that you went through my link. It just means you bought something on Amazon. I don't need an excuse to go shopping. So Heidi, I don't know if that means you did it or not. Does Chewbacca mean anything to you? Are you talking to Mike? Are you talking to me? Does Chewbacca mean anything to me? It just means the guy in Star Wars, right? Big Mike could be a good Chewbacca. I'm looking for a big print Bible because I was trying to read the Bible on my live stream and I found that I can't see it anymore. Gotcha. I wear readers, as you can see. These are not prescription glasses. These are just readers so that I can see the computer and when I can see my phone. Without these, I can see perfectly everything else because I have very strong contact lenses in. So these augment my contact lenses for up close. Well, if you go on my link and follow it and follows it to Amazon and then you search for Big Print Bible, I know you'll find one. And Sally, I know you like the ones that have the words of Jesus in red print. I'm sure you could find a nice big print words of Jesus in red one there. That'd be nice. It didn't keep escaping the suburbs in the URL. It's hard to see it. Let me show you one more time what I mean. When you follow the link, let's go back to my thing. You follow one of these links, any of them, and it takes you there. It's kind of hard to see. It's up here hidden in the top, and it may be further back in the link. You might have to actually scroll, but it should be right there. That's what the tag equals escaping the SU-20 and length ID, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of hard to see and it's kind of hidden, but it's in there. What was that? Water purification tablets, portable. Oh yeah, those are my water purification hiking tablets that I keep in my backpacking bag. That's what that is. I was like, what did I see here? It's kind of funny. Very nice. Thanks for sharing and showing. Yes, sir. Okay, so you went through the link when you bought something cool. All right, awesome. So I don't think I'll be able to see it on today's report. I think if I go to my Amazon report and reload it, I don't think I'm going to see the clicks until tomorrow. So any clicks that happen tonight should show up on tomorrow's report. So we will see what tomorrow says for January 28th. Cool. But thank you for everybody trying to help me. Like I said, everything I've read about it says that it won't cost you any more than you were already going to buy anyway. And if I get 3 sales through that link, then I don't have to be 3 per month or 3 per year. Once you're in, and then I'm good. And then I could maybe just talk about some of the stuff I bought once in a while. Just an additional way to try and help build a side business, In the Amazon URL, it changed from escaping the suburbs and said Chewbacca at. Okay, now I don't know what that means, but it must have like generic words that it throws in randomly or something like that. Searched initially, and then when I searched for my item, it was no longer there. I searched all the way through the URL, and I followed one of your links. That's weird. All right, well, let's just see what happens, Heidi. You said you went through and you bought something, so let's just see what it does. That's cool. And I don't think it tells me. Oh, you know what? I think it does even tell me what things get bought because Rob the Maritimer was saying that he sees odd objects come through his report, and it tells you. It doesn't tell you who bought it, but it tells you that people who followed your links. And he said, what was his example? Somebody had bought something. obviously something that had nothing to do with him. I forget what he said it was. I don't remember. Something completely unrelated, but he got, he got the 50-cent credit or something like that. So, hey, you not only tried, you scored, you accomplished, and we will probably see it on the report tomorrow. It'll come in. I'll tell everybody, including you, Heidi, tomorrow how it goes with that. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, hey, it is getting to be late. I want to show you guys my trailer one more time. For those of you who missed the beginning of the countdown, my countdown at the beginning was the trailer because my documentary that I made a year ago, I'm going to celebrate the anniversary of my Tequesta Indian Bones documentary that I made a year ago. I created a re-release edit. It's more tightly edited. It's more concise. It's hopefully more enjoyable than the video that I made a year ago, but a lot of people never saw my documentary. And it's not exactly in line with my helping people um, mode, but it's the documentary that I made a year ago on an interesting topic. It features historical records based on interviews with local leaders, archaeologists here in the area. It's going to premiere tomorrow night. It's only 6 minutes long. Tomorrow night on YouTube, right here. The premiere basically means the video gets a live chat watch party. And then after it's over, it turns into a regular video. So I'm going to re-release it in its newly re-edited version. And I created a trailer for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the trailer again. I'm basically going to play the countdown screen that I did at the beginning of this chat, and that'll be our way out of here. So we'll do that one more time. I'll show you guys the trailer for my documentary that I released a year ago to celebrate its anniversary. The re-release is coming out. I will start that now. I will go ahead and sign off. Thank you very much for hanging out with me for an hour and 34 minutes. And I hope you enjoy the trailer, and I hope some of you are able to watch the re-edited director's cut version of the documentary tomorrow night at 7 Eastern. So here is the trailer once again for that. Thank you very much, everybody. I love all of you very much. And I'll see you guys in my Friday video, and I will see you in each other's live streams. #CoreTribe. See you later.